Good morning, it's David with the Nature into Action channel. Ready for an Adirondack adventure. Gonna paddle into Henderson Pond and up into Preston Ponds and into Duck Hole maybe. Explore the area. There's a lot to see and do here. The start is Upper Works Trailhead, and behind me is the McNaughton Cottage. So quite a bit of history here. This was part of the Tahawus Club, but previous to that it was a mining community for iron ore, for pig iron. But what makes this site special and preserved is that it's the site where Vice President Theodore Roosevelt and his family was staying when President McKinley was shot in 1901. So then TR had to catch a ride to the North Creek train station. So it was the midnight ride. He had to take horse and buggies to get there and then ride down to Albany so he could be sworn in as president. So there's a lot of history in this area, a lot of beautiful scenery in this area, and hopefully some brook trout. So please watch, like, subscribe, and join me on this trip. Thank you. I just signed in, but I gotta say condolences to the friends and family of Forest Ranger Brendan Jackson. He was an amazing ranger. Everybody knew him in the park that frequented often because he was in multiple locations, but more so because he was prolific online at sharing high quality information. So Ranger Jackson, if you don't know, he last signed in here, I believe it was June 7th, 2025, and he was staying at Duck Hole, but he never signed out. He died in his tent, and he wasn't even found for a couple days, so still unknown his cause of death. And maybe there'll be a better procedure now for forest rangers to sign in and out and be accounted for, so they too can be helped if something happens. So sad loss to the Adirondack community. Any of you who ever explored the park and researched trails or waterways, you've probably read posts by his, high quality information that he shared with the community. You may have even, like me, messaged him directly and he responded and gave you information to help you better plan your trip. So I really appreciated his help, his love of the Adirondacks, and also his ethic of stewardship. He really cared about this place and tried to help others do the same. To the right is the Floodlands. I'm going to the left towards Henderson. But last summer I was here and I joined the lean-to rescue crew, and we tore down and rebuilt the Livingston lean-to in the Floodlands. Now that was a lot of fun. I've done two weekends now, or two trips to do lean-to rescue. I hope to do more. This morning when I was setting up, there was an Adirondack trail crew getting started. A bunch of older guys, well, mixed ages, but a lot of older, 50 plus, even 60 plus guys going to work on the trails. I was reading those signs about the iron ore and thinking about how tough those men must have been years ago, and that guys aren't like that anymore. But then I see that trail crew walk by holding heavy bars and equipment. Lean-to rescue guys, those are the same guys that be out here working the iron ore years ago. So I think we still got it. Just a beautiful, cool morning, September 13th. I've got some friends joining me, so I'm taking my time getting in because I'm earlier. And I'll show you guys a few plants. I know some of you follow because you like the nature notes, nature info that I share. So skip forward if you don't care about plants, but animals are awesome, but plants are cool too. There's so much of interest that we just walk by on the trail. A lot of times people treat nature like wallpaper, but the more you know, the more depth there is to the experience. So right here's common milkweed. That's what the monarchs lay their eggs on. A couple milkweed species. What I do is I flip the leaves and I look for little eggs. Got the seed pods. These seed pods, when they dry out, they're unbelievable tinder. Flash tinder. They light up. They can help you, especially if you're making like a tinder bundle for fire friction. Lots of goldenrod. Some is already going to seed. Some yarrow. That goldenrod is the #1 pollinator plant for monarchs migrating south, but so many pollinators rely on the goldenrod. Really gorgeous yellow this time of year. Quite a bit of dogbane. Now, the fibers of both the milkweed and the dogbane can be woven into cordage, rope, used for all sorts of applications. The native peoples up here would have heavily relied on those plants. You can crack those stems when they're dry and twist those fibers. The maples, red maples, starting to change color. The knapweed is blooming. Knapweed. And some asters. Lots of young cedars, white cedars. It's neat to see when you get a little bit of sunlight. You know, you get a disturbed sunlit edge. You get a whole different variety, diversity of plants than you do in the interior forest. And of course, that's going to be excellent forage for the animals. They need these sunlit edges. You know, in the Adirondacks, we need a mosaic of patches. The hunters especially don't like that there's no forestry taking place, because the denser the forest get, it's not actually good for the deer population. The more disturbance there is, the better it is for the deer. That's why there were so many deer when this area was forested and after it was forested for a number of years. But now that it's going into old growth, it's actually less healthy. There's less forage for the white-tailed deer. So sometimes the more disturbance there is, the better it is. The mosaic of patches there are for a variety of forage resources for wildlife. But that's a challenge today, especially with invasives. And anytime you're going to create a disturbance now, you're going to get it filled in with invasive species, which are not beneficial to the ecosystem. So there's so many variables, and it's never that easy to make those decisions. But of course, the Adirondacks are forever wild, and that's why we're lucky. We're lucky to have them and enjoy them today. All right, I've got to launch, but I know I always get gear questions. So today I've got my 12-foot classic Hornbeck, the fishing boat. I've got my life jacket in the pockets. I've got my nippers exactly where I know that I can grab them so I can release a fish quickly. I've got a lighter, I've got a whistle. I've got my net with the rubber netting so it's easier on the fish. I've got a paddle, my yoke. I've got 2 fishing rod holders, and then my dry bag with 2 fly rods, my fishing gear. I'm using a squeeze filter. No challenge finding water out here. Perfect, clean, pristine water. So that's what I've got for gear. It's nicely dialed in. It's gear that I've been using now for 10 years, approximately. Actually, about 13 years ago was the first time I even came up here and caught a brook trout in St. Regis area. Since then I've bought my gear and I reused the gear, and I haven't really bought any new gear in a couple of years. I've got gear that I like, that I enjoy, and that works for me. So if you have gear questions, drop them in the comments. Just tied on a woolly worm. Gonna drag that slow as I just kind of explore. Got my Redington Classics 2 rods, same rods, so I can read the tips, read the rods the same way with 2 of the same reels, lamps and liquids. Got a professional crew joining me, or I'm joining them. Got Ben, Sean, not sure who else is coming out. These guys know how to fish.
Yeah, they don't have boats.
No. You guys are slow.
Who the hell put that hill in the way?
I always think you gotta go slow to go fast.
Yep.
My eyeballs are burning from the sweat trying to keep up with them. But I do think it's better to hike your own hike. A lot easier if you just kind of take it as a stroll instead of try to hustle.
That's on this pond, and this one right up here with that trail wise.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only one on this that I know of.
Have you been over to it?
Yeah, it's alright, but you can go up and look at it for sure. I was just gonna leave my boat here and go check it out.
Sounds good.
Walk right up to it.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Cool.
I haven't taken this one out yet, but I figured fishing with you guys will need a bigger pan.
We'll see. I don't know, if I fish anything like I did last time, that thing will be more than enough.
Yeah.
He was catching trout and I was catching sunfish. That's how that went. Sunfish. Yep.
fishing's been slow, so I'm going to take the opportunity to check out Duck Hall. I was thinking I would do it tomorrow, but if the bite's so slow, I don't know if we'll even be here tomorrow, so I just want to make sure I get to it. Pretty purple gentian along the trail, and the royal fern. Very nice. The water levels are really low, so not sure what I'm going to be able to do here. I put in right there, but I didn't realize the trail crosses. If you keep going, there's a little bit of a waterfall there. Big rock scramble, a drop. So I had to come back and figure it out. All right. That's as far as I could paddle, so I'm gonna just walk my way. Jeez. Oops. That's the old rock crib dam from Duck Hole that gave way after Irene. The water routed itself around the side, and so now the valley is all exposed. Gonna find my way to the lean-to, check that out. I wish I had more time. I'd go to the Cold River. Ooh. Down the Northville Placid Trail a ways. That's where that Adirondack hermit Noah John Rondeau lived for something like 40 years. And his cabin was actually moved to the Adirondack Museum. So you can see it there. He lived out in the woods. He said people are too damn miserable. So he made it his life to just come out here and live in the woods as best as he could. May 30th, Brendan Jackson, NYDC, Assistant Forest Ranger, Patrol. This would have been from 2024. Oh, there it is right there. 2024, so there's nothing in there for 2025. Glad I got to visit, pay my respects, left a message in the register, in the book, in the lean-to, and see this beautiful place. The dam was originally built in 1915. Now it's just an old relic for hikers, but at the time it held back the cold river and it created a 61-acre pond. And that had views of McNaughton and Santononi and Seymour Mountains. Lots of paddlers, not lots, but hardcore paddlers came out and enjoyed the water and caught brook trout. And you know, it's arduous, it takes a challenge to get out here, but it's remote and it's scenic and it's worth it. That's a beaverwood and alder. You always see alder where there's beavers. This is one of those places that's hard to leave, but it's nice to know I can always come back. I feel like a kid at the playground and the parents trying to get them to stop and leave and get in the car, but they just don't want to. So, good news is I still have tonight and tomorrow night, so this is still just day one of the trip. Shout out to 2-Ton Tony. He's done some rambles out this way. He's brought his kids out here hiking and paddling. Maybe just hiking, I can't recall. But he's got some YouTube videos up. Always good to see him posting and sharing his trips. Good dude, exploring the Adirondacks. Really glad I got to see that. Not a group trip, but it's always nice to take a moment, you know, even if it's an hour or two, just to get away and do a little bit of solo. It's absolute quiet, just you and the nature. This is a trophy today. Alright, I got a 9-inch trophy.
Awesome.
Shit. Took me a whole day. Man, you think tomorrow's going to be a different day?
Oh, I hope so. Wishful thinking, but
I was going to start talking about what other plans we could...
yep.
Cotton grass. Nice color on them.
Nice one.
The one I gutted had a ladybug in it.
Oh, really?
I think that was the first.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen one.
I don't know when he bit the hook. It's about a 6-inch brook trout.
Good morning, David.
Hey Sean, hey Landon.
David, say hi, bud.
Hey,
How is it?
it's been a tough bite
Oh man, it's been a tough go.
getting up here.
My yoke snapped on this one too.
No.
Dude, halfway in it freaking plunk.
So we ended up finding some sticks, used all the tie down stuff I had, limped her up here.
Sheesh.
But we made it.
Nice. What's this boat you got?
This is one of mine. This is a 12-foot tandem.
Cool.
It's got nice stadium seats in it.
Oh no. Oh wow. Yeah.
It's the only second time I've ever used it.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it's a. If you get close, it's a dog bone weave, Kevlar carbon like yours.
Nice.
Different weave.
Yeah.
How them boys doing?
Just all right. Yeah. Awesome. Are you sure you didn't want to mount this one?
I thought about it. And
It's a nice trip. Got to explore some backcountry. Got to fish with Ben and Sean and Eric. So good times. Now I got to make my way out.
everything in this little quadrant here is 50% off.
You see this one key that opens?
Oh, cool. I love all that little stuff. So I've decided to
Well, every time you caught on the cutting board, it was what they did just little tiny little pieces of plastic.
What was that? Vintage realistic past plaster and steel. Oh, that's really cool. What is this? That's an old water cooler.
Show you that. A guy comes and asked me to, the guy was selling the sale that I was having on somebody else. And they came to the shop looking for me to help them set up the rest of the rig. I said, no, we don't do this that. I thought they were about to be sale. I should be selling those. Who's the one that did that? No, it was, I don't know. Well, I hope everything works out for you. Well, yeah, have a great day. Yeah, you too. I already am. Thanks.
I don't like this, I don't like that. And I don't like that.
One drink.
One little drink.
But that's what they did. Did you think anybody else up here? Is anybody on the other side? That's got to be Eileen.
So I have you a cold weather. Yeah, never.
Anything good? It's good. Good summer? Sunshine. Crazy summer? Sunshine there makes it come to life. Yeah, it does. That's for sure. How you doing? Keeping you busy too in there, huh? Snapping away? How you doing? I haven't been that long. I guess I did go over that way once, but you guys looked real busy. And I said, she doesn't want to see my face in that store. I'm not even going in there.
Oh, New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure Jennifer sits is very
Yeah, the place we stay is called Antlers, so the sign we put up.
It's called Antlers.